Every time we look up at the night sky, we ask the exact same question: are we completely alone in the universe? For most of human history, this was a question for philosophers and science fiction writers. But in the 1960s, one scientist decided that hunting for aliens was not a fantasy. He believed it was a mathematical problem waiting to be solved. Today, we are cracking the code of the Drake equation. We are going to explore the brilliant logic used to guess how many alien empires are hiding in our galaxy, how it works like a giant cosmic funnel, and why the final part of this math problem contains a terrifying warning for humanity. The story begins in 1961 at a radio observatory in West Virginia. An astronomer named Dr. Frank Drake was hosting the very first scientific meeting about searching for extraterrestrial intelligence. He wanted to organize the meeting logically, so he wrote down a list of everything scientists would need to know to figure out if there were aliens out there, transmitting radio signals. Without even realizing it, he had created a master formula. He simply multiplied 7 different factors together to guess the total number of advanced civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy. Instead of writing out complex math symbols, we can understand this formula by imagining a giant funnel. To find aliens, Drake said we must start at the top of the funnel by taking the number of new stars born every year. Next, we multiply that by the fraction of stars that actually have planets. Then, we filter down to find how many of those planets are in the habitable zone, where water can exist. From there, we guess how many of those perfect planets actually develop life. Then we guess how many of those life forms become intelligent. And finally, we guess how many of those intelligent beings develop technology like radio waves that we could actually detect in space. But the final piece of the funnel is the most important and the most frightening. The last factor in the Drake equation is time. Specifically, it asks how long an advanced civilization can survive before it destroys itself. Think about human history. We only invented radio technology a little over a century ago, but we also invented nuclear weapons shortly after. If an alien species destroys its own planet quickly through war or climate disaster, their radio signals will go silent almost immediately. The length of time a society survives determines how likely we are to ever hear their signals crossing the dark void of space. Here is a fascinating fact to wrap up the topic. Dr. Frank Drake did not just write the formula to find aliens, he actually tried to talk to them. In 1974, using the massive Arecibo telescope in Puerto Rico, Drake created and broadcast the very first intentional radio message to the stars. He beamed a digital drawing of human DNA, our solar system, and a stick figure of a human toward a star cluster 25,000 light-years away. He took the theory of his own math problem and turned it into actual, physical action. The truth about the Drake equation is that it does not actually give us a solid number, because we still do not know the exact fraction of planets that develop life. The final answer could be millions of alien civilizations. Or, the answer could be just one: us. The equation is actually a framework for our curiosity. It tells us exactly what we need to study in the future. More importantly, it acts as a mirror. By forcing us to ask how long alien civilizations can survive their own technology, the math problem ultimately asks humanity if we are wise enough to survive our own. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video.